What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Real Life episode 2.
Two! Woo! I don't know why I'm so happy. I'm just really...
It's time to be happy. Once again, I'm Freddie Germany.
I'm Jarius!
Yeah, and this is the show where we talk about topics in movies, film.
Yeah.
And today we have a review because a new X-Men movie just came out.
Yes. Days of Future Past.
Yes, and last episode we ended on a cliffhanger, but, you know, it was kind of intense.
Did
there.
I die?
Huh?
We won't find out until the middle of this episode if I did die.
We came to the conclusion that we're all cliffhangers, and...
Yeah. Or maybe we're all died and we're ghosts of people.
Maybe I'm not here right now.
Hey, quick question. Before you saw Days of Future Past, did you see all the trailers? Where'd you see that? Did you see it at like an AMC or a Harkins?
I saw that at Harkins.
I think I may have saw that at AMC. But did you see this one trailer where they had like this little British kid? It's like a little snot-nosed punk. He kind of gets recruited to like this secret organization. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, I did.
That looks like a pretty good movie. It comes out in like August.
It has Alfred in it.
Samuel Jackson and Alfred, yeah.
Michael Caine, that's his name.
Michael Caine, yeah.
Yeah.
And Samuel Jackson as Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? Kind of had like a old James Bond vibe to it.
Yeah, I think it's from the dude who did First Class. If I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Is that Matt Vaughn?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so I kind of look forward to that movie. And subconsciously, and I hate to admit this, that they had a trailer for Transformers, and it actually looks pretty cool. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
I might see that.
It looks good, but hey, it's a Transformers movie, so you know it's probably gonna make me mad. Like there's not gonna be any purpose.
Did you like any of them?
I like the first one.
I think I'm the same way. I liked the first one.
Second one really annoyed me.
Stupid.
I felt insulted. Third one, X-Men 3. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is such a good movie." I was just like, "This is just a lot of flashing lights." Like
it's kind of the same shit, right? Ends with big fight in the city.
Big fight in the city. They have to get this one magical item that if they get, it will help them win the war. But they have two magical items, and they still haven't won the war. But this third magical item is going to help them win the war. Now they have all three magical items, and now this one's going to start. I'm betting they're going to look for another type of item.
Starting to get repetitive.
Well, it's starting to. It is repetitive.
Oh, it is repetitive.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, so that's that. So that's what I think about that.
Yeah, was there a Ninja Turtles trailer? I don't remember.
Not that I remember. Still, I hope I don't hate it. I'm still gonna watch it though.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it too. People keep saying that it's not for the older fans of Ninja Turtles. Like it's not for me or you, but the way I look at it is, it'll be for me if it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna split up like, oh, this jury should get. I'm gonna instantly hate this movie, but if it's good, then it'll be for me.
And I'm hating it because of the trailers. I'm not hating it because I just Megan Fox and Michael Bay, but I'm hating it because of the trailers. Like the trailers don't really interest me as much. Like it's cool, but I don't. The questions that I'm asking, like the trailers should have you asking questions, but the trailers I'm asking is a lot like, why is this happening? Like it doesn't. I don't really know.
You're not a fan of Corporate Shredder?
No. Corporate Shredder, where he's just like, I want a badass. That's like making, I don't know. I don't really care for a metaphor right now, but like, I could come up with a metaphor that I'd be all like, you know how Joker is like Batman's arch nemesis, and that's like making him a corporate Joker, and making him as arch villain Bruce Wayne because it's just this corporate like of the Wayne industry, and then you just have Joker Industries.
Oh,
but he's supposed to be like a really cool ninja guy. I don't really think he should worry about the corporate stuff because.
Should he be Japanese?
I don't really care if they're not going to make him Japanese. I'm glad. The only thing I'm glad about that is they kept the continuity, right? Like since he's not Japanese, they make him white, and so his Foot Clans are just like people who uses guns.
Okay.
So I'm glad that they just have him using guns instead of trying to use like. So at least they stuck with that continuity. So
when you watch the Ninja Turtles cartoon and the older movies, have you ever wondered where Shredder gets his funding from?
I've never thought about that, but that is a good question.
Like who's paying him to do all this crazy stuff?
Yeah, and I think the joke that was in the Ninja Turtle trailer was that one or like it's just a mask, which is supposed to be a joke that I heard a couple of years ago, which it's like a live action joke of it, and it makes more sense. It's like why do Ninja Turtles wear masks? they're giant turtles.
Yeah.
Like
To tell them apart, different colors.
besides that, like they shouldn't be wearing masks. Like they're hiding their secret identity. Like
It's kind of
you're a
just.
giant turtle. Like if you took off that mask, you would still be a giant turtle.
It's kind of like their. It's what sets them apart, so you don't get them mixed up.
Yeah, that makes sense. But besides that, like think about it. Like,
Yeah, there's really no reason.
Yeah. Oh,
Any other trailers you want to talk about? That?
no, they did give us the title for Batman.
Oh yeah.
You know about Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
Dawn of
Batman versus
Justice?
Superman. Dawn of Justice. Yeah.
I don't like the versus part, but I do like the Dawn of Justice. They should have called it Man of Steel 2 Dawn of Justice since it is a Man of Steel sequel.
Do you have a problem with which is kind of weird that it's Superman's sequel, but it has to be Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, it's weird that Batman gets his name in first. Yeah. Because it makes it seem more like a Batman sequel.
Yeah.
Seeing how Batman's name is first, it should be Superman versus Batman, Dawn of Justice. The Superman versus Batman, Dawn of Justice. That's 11 syllables. Just a little silly.
I think the title makes sense.
Superman versus Batman, Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a long fucking title. But it makes sense if it's going to lead into a Justice League.
Yep.
Yeah,
because everyone knew that was happening. I heard that they're filming them back to back still. I don't know if that's still... I don't still know if that's confirmed, but that's what the rumor has it.
With all the casting news, like I would like Cyborg being in it, Wonder Woman being in it.
Yep.
We don't even know who else is fucking in this movie.
Wouldn't doubt. I remember a rumor before about Nightwing. I'm really glad that's going on the table because if he pops up, I'm gonna have a couple nerdgasms and I'm probably gonna like clean my pants a little bit.
So why don't they just call this one Justice League?
Because it's still a Man of Steel 2 sequel.
Like,
I don't think they're even going to call... Because even if they come up with another movie after Justice League where it's just about Man of Steel, there's not even going to be Man of Steel trilogy. Like, there's not going to be a Man of Steel... Man of Steel, standalone movie, the Batman, Superman, that's going to be a standalone movie, and then it's going to be Justice League trilogy. If they make a Justice League, then Justice League 2, Man of Steel 2 is going to be in the Justice League trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of weird, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Would you rather prefer them Superman getting one more standalone sequel before this? Do you feel like they're rushing it?
The only reason why I would like that is because we're not getting any DCs out of the market for another 2 years. You know, they're not going to have anything in theaters for the next 2 years. So they're going to be missing out on money opportunity to try to. But if this is like step 2 of many steps, I think they're pacing themselves for the next steps. And hopefully after this year, after the year that Dawn of Justice comes out, see, that's so much easier. Just say Dawn of Justice.
It should have just been called that and just
Man of Steel.
They could have just showed the logo and just said Dawn of Justice.
Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
Wow, so much easier. God.
Batman B period Superman.
Yeah. Or what is that? Semicolon. Is that right? No, hyphen.
Hyphen.
No, hyphen.
It's quotation marks. What's this little thing? I don't.
No, because semicolon is the period and then the comma. Isn't that right? Semicolon? Then a hyphen? No.
Yeah, semicolon's the period.
What's the 2 periods?
The 2 periods is, I don't know.
Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, that's all I could really think of.
So you want to get into the review right here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We're going to decide right now.
Right now.
Are we going to do spoilers?
We're going to do... Yeah, because I'm pretty sure anybody who's listening to this is Monday, so...
Yeah, let's just go for it.
We're going to spoil the shit out of it.
Okay.
So we're going to spoil it. We're going to treat it like milk.
So...
That's out on the counter.
So, X-Men Days of Future Past, I really liked it.
Yes.
What I liked about it was, first off, the setting. It kind of reminded me of Terminator at the beginning.
Okay.
A little bit. You never seen Terminator, but beginning kind of on some Terminator 2 shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's the first thing that popped in my head. But like setting, I liked I liked the inclusion of the Sentinels.
Yes.
I thought that was really well done. The Sentinels were like a huge problem in this movie. Like they were just showing up,
and they
fucking
weren't
shit up.
Yeah, they weren't just like as the Sentinels were in like the cartoons, where they're like
just big
huge
robots.
Yeah, they're huge robots that could cause problems, but you can easily just cut them. Like, they weren't like reinforced with anything. They were
really stiff.
Yeah, they were just like like they're really big things, but they're made from fragile things. Like you can just take a tree and hit them with.
I thought the size of Sentinels in this movie made more sense.
Yeah, they weren't like Goliaths.
Yeah, but they were agile. They fuck shit up.
Yeah, they were like probably like at least 10 feet tall. Like 10 feet tall Sentinels that were agile. That were really. It's kind of like you've seen all the Jurassic Parks, right? Well, you've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
All right. You know how the T-Rex are like some of the scariest things, but the scariest thing throughout the movie were the raptors. That's what the Sentinels remind me of. When they're really big, it seems like
it's just like
it's like you can try to hide from them, but these Sentinels you can't.
They might
hide
not
from
see you if you. Yeah.
But these Sentinels, you can't go anywhere without them knowing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that. Right away, the stakes in this movie were really high. Like the highest that out of any of the exit films. Like there was more.
I would say almost out of any superhero comics.
Okay.
Yeah, like
it wasn't just like New York getting destroyed. It was.
You gotta do it for New York, man, because people like their dogs. You got a dog. I got a dog. I got a dog, and it's like Quetzalcoatl. I got a dog.
You mess with Spider-Man, you mess with all of us.
Yeah, you mess with Spider-Man, you mess with all of us. Okay, Green Goblin, you don't want to mess with us. We got a dog. Okay, I got a dog. All right, you mess with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my dog, and I'll stick my dog on you. He said, That's as good as I can go.
Yeah.
I can do a really good British accent. Maybe I should do one whole podcast.
You should just that same accent. I think that'd be great.
Right. Yeah. You see, what you're saying is that people might enjoy a little bit more if I talk like this.
You sound like Michael Caine now.
Right.
You sound like Alfred.
Yeah. There was once a man who. What did he say? Is it like, I was taking gems the size of tangerines and just throwing them into the ocean. I failed you, Wayne. I failed you, Master Wayne. I failed you. I'm so sorry. I know. It's like, you know what this means? It means that you're going to lose the friendship of somebody who heard your voice echo through these houses. No? That was like the saddest scene in superhero comic book.
And he says, goodbye, Alfred. He goes back. Oh. He goes upstairs and goes to bed.
Goodbye, Alfred. Dude, tell me why that was the hardest breakup out of any scene. I don't care. Any scene that was the hardest breakup. Goodbye, Alfred. I was like... But he did it because he loves you. No. That's how I was acting like when I saw that.
Were you a wreck?
I was
emotional.
Emotional wreck. I was on an emotional train. I was an emotional train from Inception. Yeah. Yeah, but the stakes were really high in this. Like everything meant something. Like not only were they doing it for mutants, they were actually doing it for humans as well. So it's not just like, oh, we're just saving our kind. They're saving everyone because everything just starts backfiring. And the humans that weren't with it, they even said there's a line in the beginning, like, even if you weren't part of it, even the humans that tried to help the mutants. So this was such a big problem, is that the humans aligned themselves with the mutants to try to take down the Sentinels. So didn't
work out too well.
Yeah, but that shows you that it was a really big problem that,
Yeah. The Sentinels taking over.
Yeah, Sentinels just taking over.
Kind of like the T-1000s did in Terminator. I'm just... Okay, enough with the Terminator comparison. This is better than Terminator, but let's see what else. Right off the bat, this movie rated PG-13.
Yes.
Okay, there's no blood, but the way the Sentinels were fucking up the mutants.
Oh my gosh!
Very graphic. Like it was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah, the Colossus gets the crap beat out of him.
Yeah, Colossus.
Then gets ripped into two pieces.
Yeah, Iceman loses his head.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
That one guy, what was that guy who lifted up and like gave him the fire breath?
Oh, is it Long Shadow?
Holy shit! What are you doing now?
Yeah, I think his name is Long Shadow. I could be wrong though.
A lot of the mutants get impaled.
Oh yeah.
With
they got put inside of a pill, which is if listeners don't know, is all mutants' weakness is actually be put inside of like a little pill.
Okay.
Yeah, if you put them in a pill like what farmers use to get milk, if you put them in a pill.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so they got put in pills. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Makes sense. So I see. This movie was it was excellent. Michael Fassbender again as Magneto.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I thought it was even better in this movie than last time.
Yes, and like
way better.
Yeah, and you know what else though? What else is really great in this movie? Better than last time? James fucking McAvoy. Like, God, dude, like that scene where Magneto and James McAvoy are on the airplane.
Intense.
Dude, very intense, powerful. Like, it wasn't an action scene, and it had me. It gives me goosebumps. Like, I was on.
It's really tense because you're arguing with Magneto on an airplane, and he can kind of just kill everybody.
And it's not just that. It's not just like he's arguing with him on the airplane, because you can not just argue, but like he was showcasing his powers, and like he's like making the plane move and everything, and he's just the only thing that's standing still, and like just how everything's shot, and like what the words that he was saying as well, the dialogue is all like you, Charles Xavier's all like, he took everything that was important to me. He's like, well, maybe we should have fought harder for him. He's like, you want to fight? We can fight right now, or pretty much something like that. Is like fight or something like that? And you took her and you abandoned me. He's like, I abandoned you. You abandoned me. Like, and then he's all like, he's like, you abandoned me. And then he's all like, Angel, Azul, Emma Frost, like Havoc, like those guys were butchered and tortured and experimented on while you stayed at your house. You ran and hid from us. Like, I didn't abandon you. You abandoned us. And like, he's so right in that. And so like, he's pretty much saying like, you sacrifice your power so you can walk, so you can just try to blend in, because like James McAvoy does, he has like the biggest changes character in this movie, from a low life drug dealer to the astonishing Professor X, where he brings hope, and like seeing that transition where you see him lose at the bottom of everything, where he has no hope, no nothing, and he just doesn't care. Like, he's pretty much a druggie. He's taking too much of the serum to just drown out everything, so he doesn't have to hear people's voices, so he doesn't have to deal with that problem, so he doesn't have to deal with his pain. He's just trying to suppress it and just like, I don't care about it. And that was a really good, powerful scene for me. What about you? I'll let you go to one of your positives, because I have so many positives about this movie.
Let me think another. What was I gonna say about? I was gonna say something about the airplane scene, but
okay.
You know what? No, I think I touched on most of my positives till like the end of the movie, where it was like shit just hits the fan, just everything goes crazy.
Yeah.
I liked once again Mystique.
Oh, Mystique, yeah.
Yeah, she had a bigger part in this one. Kind of was, you know what? If you were talking about Mystique's solo movie, I kind of want to see that.
Oh.
Yeah. What would you down to see that or no?
It depends who to be supporting cast. If they would still have Magneto, Michael Fassbender, I would love to see it.
Okay, no Michael Fassbender, then will the movie suck?
What?
Yeah, if they don't have Michael Fassbender.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would love to see Mystique, Magneto, maybe touch on a little bit in the past about her and making Nightcrawler with Azul, or I forgot his name.
Shit.
Yeah, but him, the Nightcrawler's dad. I would love to see some things about that. That'd be really cool. Azazel, that was his name. There we go.
Azazel,
yeah. That'd be pretty cool if I could see some more stuff with that. Let's see, what would be the big purpose? Like, what villain would it be? Just like making the Brotherhood of Evil, or not Brotherhood of Evil? Yeah, isn't that what it's called, Brotherhood of Evil?
I think so.
Oh, that's your quote. I almost put it in my mouth.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't really know what would be the big. She'd just be whooping ass, I guess.
Just walking around
beating everyone up. Yeah,
for no reason.
Yeah, that's true. I'd probably be more interested. Yeah, more interested in seeing the Magneto.
Maybe if they had something with Sinister.
That's what you know. What that's probably a character they should bring into these movies is Mr. Sinister. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's another one. I something that they would at least bring into the X-Men movies.
Well, they might have to because I heard that he's like something to do with Apocalypse. So
yeah, maybe they'll do it.
yeah, so that would like that. I want to touch on real quick. Like I made this list last week of things I wanted to see. Things I want to see in the Days of Future Past is Wolverine to be a hero. So we actually got to see that.
Wait.
Or things I don't want to see. Sorry,
Wolverine.
Sorry, I put that wrong. Things I don't want to see is Wolverine to be the hero.
Okay.
Which it did. Like he wasn't the hero in this.
Wait, let's touch on this for a minute, because from what I learned today, the original source material from this was Wolverine was not sent back in time.
Yeah, Kitty Pryde was.
When this happened in the movie, me and my friend, we always make fun of Wolverine. Oh, he's the main character of all these X-Men movies. Mm-hmm. When they said, "Oh, okay, Professor, you can't get sent back in time. Wolverine, you have to do it." Me and him, we kind of look at each other like, "Oh, here we go again."
Yeah. Even though he's not the hero as much as he is like, because the Professor, like the X-Men, who's the hero in that, or like always like, well, he had to be pretty much the Professor X of this. You know, where he had to be the hope of everyone, bringing them all together, and being what the cook. But he wasn't the last thing as much as he wasn't the hero as much as like I would say Professor X
and
Mystique.
Yeah,
are the hero.
Well, it was Mystique's decision that basically changes the whole.
Yeah, and that's thing. Really cool. I'm really glad it wasn't like Wolverine stabbing somebody. That's how the hero was made.
Yeah, so he gets sent back just because of his regenerating powers.
Yeah,
and I kind of feel like the writers of the X-Men films put him in these positions just because of his regenerating powers. He's able to do all this stuff
and they're putting him in because Hugh Jackman exploded after that. So I mean, it's not just a fan base. It's actually smart to try to get him in because it's going to bring in more money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Another thing I didn't want to see that I would give is Bone Claws. I didn't want to see that.
I don't like the Bone Claws.
Nobody likes the Bone Claws.
No, I'm not a fan of the Bone Claws.
Nobody likes Bone Claws.
I just don't
like Bone Claws.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as threatening. Like it doesn't seem like it would.
It doesn't seem like it would slash anything. You only way you can use it is it's not used as slash. It can only be used as a poking mechanism, you know? Because it's bones. It's just gonna. He just has slapping sticks. Unless you use them precisely right, they could.
They don't really touch on how strong they are. Like he doesn't really use them in the movie. Like he stabs a couple guys.
Yeah, they're great for stabbing, but not great for slashing.
Like slashing, like
his regular claws were.
Yeah.
So those are the things. These are the things I wanted to see. A little bit more comic book suits, which we kind of got. We got the blue and yellow on his Wolverine's futuristic things.
Yeah.
Magneto's was really great.
His costume's always great though.
Yeah, but this one's
even from
phenomenal.
Like the first one, it's good.
Phenomenal, bro. Like some of them look a little bit more like just like generals in like Star Wars or Star Trek, and Star Wars. So it just looked like he was a general in Star Trek or Star Wars. So I was like, it's not too bad. But this one's really cool. You see the chest piece and everything. That helmet, that cape, there's everything worked well with that. The costume designs were all cool. I like Jennifer Lawrence. Colossus looked really good.
Yeah.
Sunspot, I think that's his name, or was that Sunspot? Just pretty much did the flame on thing. It was pretty good. Worst one was probably Quicksilver.
He had the worst costume, but
best
scene. I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't like the look of Quicksilver before this movie came out.
Yeah.
Because of
you just didn't know how.
I still don't like the look of Quicksilver, but
the context of what it's in, it works really great.
Yeah, it works really great because they had that stupid commercial, that stupid Carl's Jr. commercial. Did you see that? Where he's eating like a bacon cheeseburger.
No.
It's just really dumb commercial, and I'm like, he looks stupid, but no, his Quicksilver was good. That's another thing I liked. Quicksilver was that scene was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was really good. Another thing I wanted to see in this one was a menacing villain. and we got that.
Yeah.
We got not just the Sentinels, but who else? Trask.
Trask.
Like,
yeah.
even though he's a villain, he was right in what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and also Magneto again. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like, he's just so awesome. Really great things. Like, oh my gosh. I really just thought that was really good. I wanted great action in this as well, and guess what? We got great action.
Great action. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like writing off the list of what I wanted in it, and then we got it because
You got everything.
I think I sent it to Brian Singer right before, and he's like, "Okay, we can do this just for you, specifically." Just
He
for
emails you back.
Well, he didn't write me back because he was too busy actually implementing what I told him I wanted. So yeah.
You're the reason why Days of Future Past was good.
Yeah, and I would personally like to say you're welcome to everyone.
You take credit for you're seeing that commercial now, right?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah. Wow.
Awful.
Oh, what else did I want to see in this? I said a cartoon theme song, but
I think the original X-Men score from the
cartoon or the X1 and X2.
Yeah, the ones they used for movie that they use in this movie also. Yeah. I think that's good enough.
Oh my gosh, yes. I was saying it.
I think it fits them perfectly
because that was already established. So he was like Michael Fassbender. Not Michael Fassbender. Brian Singer also emailed me back saying he was going to do it, but he forgot to email me back. So he implied it when he just put that in the movie.
Oh, really?
So it was a nod specifically to me because he knew that's what I wanted. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, so that's what Brian Singer did to me.
You and Brian Singer are good friends, huh? You guys.
Yeah, we always hang out. We're cool.
You guys Snapchat each other?
Yeah, we take selfies.
Oh, okay.
We take selfies. Thank you, Brian Singer, for coming back to your X-Men property. That's where you belong, and I hope you get to stay there forever. He did freaking great with this movie.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I put on here. So this. Yeah, we're already in the spoilers. I put on here who I would like to see. I said Cyclops was my number one.
Oh yeah? You saw Cyclops.
And guess what?
You saw him.
We saw Cyclops.
Yeah.
We saw Cyclops. Number 2 was Jean Grey. I was like, I want to see Jean Grey come back. We saw Jean Grey come back. And that's what my number 3 was. Guess who? Guess who?
Let me guess. Jubilee?
Wrong. Apocalypse. Apocalypse. You're really close. You're really close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say next.
Yeah, Jubilee and Apocalypse. A lot of people get those two mixed up, but Apocalypse. So I was like, wow, they. I went in this movie. These were the things I was expecting, and I got everything I was expecting. And like, I would be happy if I would have got 3/4 of my list, or like at least even half. I would be cool with. But they gave me everything I was really hoping for, and this is why this movie was really great. It gave me everything I was looking forward to. They respected everything, and they gave me more. Like, it gave me more. Like, I was not expecting to be kind of, like, a little intimidated. I was a little intimidated. I was very intimidated by the Sentinels. And, like, I was like, wow, these things are really powerful creatures, and that's why they're taking over the world.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, almost nothing you can do about them besides run. And, like, there's this cartoon series that this movie reminds me of. It's called Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah.
And it's almost beat for beat with this. They're like, it's almost what it is because, like, it's weird because there's this big explosion. But from the future, Charles Xavier is sent in the future. And somehow he can talk to his unconscious body, which projects his other things so all the X-Men can work. So he gets Wolverine, and big explosion, all the X-Men disappear. So there's no more X-Men because Charles Xavier's gone. Nobody knows where he's at. Phoenix and Jean Grey's just gone. Cyclops is like, where's my wife? And pretty much Professor X is like his father figure, and like my wife and dad are gone, so he pretty much hit rock bottom. And so Wolverine's at rock bottom too, but in the future there's all these Sentinels who are doing the same thing. So he has to go back in time to tell Wolverine to get all the X-Men together and trust them, and he does that, and then like they have to figure out what everything is, and pretty much he tells Magneto. Magneto's like, okay. Magneto does the same thing in what he does in the movie, where he tries to take over the Sentinel thing to try to make a war, and then whatever happens at the end of the season, they change the future where the apocalypse is in all about the Sentinels, and then at the end of the TV show, like it's the last couple minutes, they're like, we still have to do something because the world has changed for the worse, and it's about apocalypse. And I was like, wow, this reminds me a lot of the TV show, which wasn't all that good, but it wasn't all that bad as well. It got canceled after the first season, but it was actually pretty good. That's what this movie reminded me a
A
lot.
lot of Marvel cartoons are getting canceled. I don't know.
Not just Marvel cartoons, just good cartoons in general. And it was a solid cartoon. It was really solid. Yeah, so that's the things I wanted to see, and they delivered on it. I think it's really good. They have really good scenes. That first fight scene was really great. Like, I felt scared for all the like, you know that Colossus is pretty much almost invulnerable, but like
not this time.
Not this time. He's got people that can mess him up. You see Iceman do his ice slide, so I was like applauding that. I was like, yes, because at the end of X-Men 3 is finally when he went to like pretty much a snowman mode where he could just ice all up. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But things like that was like really good nods, and you see progression of there's mutant mastering their powers, and I really like that.
Because they were all older. But they did not touch on how Professor Xavier's back.
Yeah,
they just forgot about it.
Yeah,
like,
and
it doesn't really matter anyway.
It doesn't really matter, and like I'm fine with it because it wouldn't have really made any sense anyways. Like, well, how are you back? Well, I'm back. Just appreciate that because this is going to be the big problem, and they didn't waste any time on that. And they explained the time travel pretty well. It wasn't like, wait, hold up, wait, if this is this, this is that, this is this. They just pretty much kept it simple, and they simplified it for the common viewer going, and me as well. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. And I understood everything. I liked it. Really cool stuff. What did you like about it? Because I can still just go on. I love that Quicksilver scene. So beautiful. It reminds me a lot of that Nightcrawler scene, which is my favorite X-Men 2 moment, where he's like, Nightcrawler's in the White House just teleporting, beating everyone up.
Yeah.
That reminds me a lot of that, and it was freaking awesome. Like, it
was great.
Yeah, he's just making people punch himself in the face. It was really great. He slowed down. The music, the score, the acting on everybody's part was great. Like, this movie is how a movie should be structured itself. First off, they had a really great director who's comfortable in this universe, which is Bryan Singer. But Bryan Singer's other movies haven't really been strong at all. Like,
he did. Superman Returns. What else?
Valkyrie. James the Giant Slayer. James and the Giant. Which I've heard weren't really good movies, and like, so people were like, "Oh, he's falling off," and it's pretty bad. But like, X-Men is what pretty much helped him off, like get him more out there. And he
was made to just make X-Men movies.
And like, I really hope he never has to leave ever again. Like, he's gonna be like, this movie is pretty much the equivalent of what Fox has their own Avengers now because what they did with this movie. So that's gonna be really good, because Avengers did really great. But, like, this is almost the equivalent of their own Avengers, so it's really great. And this is why I'm happy that the universes are two different things, because we get more good movies like this.
Yeah, and plus, having the mutants and the Avengers in the same universe in the films kind of is
redundant.
Yeah, it works in the comics because they have, like, a lot of time to expand on that sort of thing.
Yeah, but now...
And what is, like, really the Marvel Universe? Like, you don't know, like Spider-Man and Daredevil are in the same city, fighting the same dudes. It works in the comic books, but
if it's cinematics, it's not going to work because you're going to have to marry all those things together. And once you marry all those things together, you're going to have to cut things out, which are, like, how the mutants' main thing is, like, they like to be in hiding because a lot of people aren't fond of mutants. Like, mutants, get them. I don't like them. They're weird. And that's the basic thing of... That's the basic thing. But you can't have that in the same universe where people look up to Hulk and Thor. Those guys are heroes. But these mutants are heroes as well.
Yeah, but they're people with powers also.
Yeah, they're people with powers, and these are mutants, and they're people with powers. And
yeah.
people were like, oh, mutant, get away. But all I had to do over there with powers. And
especially at this point, it'd be kind of weird to, let's say, Avengers 2 our Captain America 3, like, let's bring up mutants or hero all of a sudden.
Yeah, like, where were you guys at? And where were, like, because the Avengers going to be like, where were you guys at when the Chitauri were taking over? And the X-Men's going to be like, where were you at when the Sentinels were taking over?
Yeah, and that's kind of like the same way I feel about them, like, people were asking Mark Webb, is Spider-Man going to be in the Avengers? Spider-Man going to be in the Avengers? But it's like, kind of really doesn't make sense for him to be in there.
Yeah.
So I was like, where the fuck was Spider-Man when New York was getting taken over by Loki and...
yeah, like, and like, I don't think Spider-Man would have had that big of help. Like, he would have helped crowd control a little bit, but...
It doesn't really feel like the character... It doesn't really feel like that version of Spider-Man fits in what Marvel already set up at the Avengers.
Yeah, so that's
the same thing with the X-Men in Marvel's universe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
That's why they keep universes separate, because it works. It works out that way, and that's why I'm kind of happy. And we get more superhero movies. That's the bottom line that I'm happy about. We get more superhero movies instead of always trying to marry them together. Because sometimes if you tie all the universes together, not only are you tying them together, you're also handcuffing your freedom and liberties. Like, that's the biggest problem with Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., is which I still refuse to watch, is that they're cinematically tied to the cinematic universe. So you can't you can't bring in characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man more, because like if you do, it's gonna mess with what's going on in the movie universe. And like, you can't bring in bigger villains, so they're always... So whatever Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are dealing with, it's always minute. And like, I don't really care. That's like if you're like, oh, if you're from Arizona and you like the Cardinals, and like that's your football team.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, oh, we're gonna make a show and it's gonna be in Arizona. It's about the Cardinals, but it's gonna be about their elementary Cardinals, like about an elementary football team. And like,
I know what you're saying.
I don't really care about this. It's like, but it ties in because they donate money to this, and we're gonna find out where that goes. And like, I don't really care. It's like, don't have a varsity team and then give me a freshman team. Like,
yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, that's my major problem with that.
That's true though.
Yeah, and that's I hate. Oh, people are like, oh, I talked to this guy. He was telling me that Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was better than Arrow. And
it's not, but okay.
I was all like, okay, first off, you're wrong. I wanna say this right off the bat. You're wrong. He's all like, yeah, it's so much better than that because like they don't on Agents or an Arrow they don't have any villains. I was all like, what are you talking about? I was like, yes, they do. And then he was all like telling me because it's not with the Batman Superman movie. I was like, that's what's one of the best things about it, because if it was with the Batman Superman, you're all like, oh wow, this is about to happen. There's these supervillains, and then all he could be like, ring, ring, ring. Hey Superman, you want to help me real quick and just take care of my problem immediately, and then nothing would be heavy in that. Like, nothing would be heavy. And he's like, oh, well, they don't have any villains. They're like, okay, first off,
what is he? Wait, hold on.
I don't know. He's watched all of them, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But hold on. So my question would be to him is, okay, so he's saying that Arrow has no villains, so he's like expecting like the Joker to show up in Arrow or something.
Something like that.
The Joker or Two-Face or Brainiac or someone like that.
Yeah.
So in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did
Thanos?
Yeah, did Thanos show up? Did Whiplash show up?
Yeah, I was all like telling him that. I was all like, that's one of the best things, because you don't have to tie it to the cinematic things. You can use different characters, and they're not even using they've got Deathlock. It took them 13 episodes to bring in a villain, a fucking villain, dude. 13 episodes of just like, we're just doing stuff. Like, why don't they just put a camera up and just like, what are these people doing? I don't really know.
Did the Red Skull show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet?
No, nothing. Like, I'm all like, you're an idiot. Like, there's like, his argument to me
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, his argument to me was still trying to And then every time I would beat him in an argument of that, it would be about something else. It's like, oh, well, they don't have any good villains. I was like, well, yeah, they do. They have Huntress. They have Solomon Grundy. They have Slade, who's Deathstroke, who's my favorite villain. And this is probably my favorite depiction of him in this. It's great, dude. Like, oh, I love Arrow. Love Slade Wilson. He's so awesome. So BA. Who else did they have in there? They've mentioned Ra's al Ghul a couple times now.
Mm-hmm.
Deadshot. Bronze Tiger. I was all like, what is this dude talking about? That is 6 villains. That's 6 more villains than I could even think about. Like, Lady in a Flower Dress. They have one villain named Torch, and that's the episode where I quit watching. Because Torch, who cares? Like,
wait, hold on, who's Torch?
Exactly.
Did they just make him up for a show? Is he a Marvel? Is he like even like a D-list Marvel villain, or?
He's like an F-list. F-list.
Oh, okay.
And like it's so pathetic that got renewed for a second season, because the last 6 episodes, it's good, but I refuse to watch it because I don't know if it's quotation marks good in a overall sense of a good TV show good, or if it's good to Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. standard. Like, you can't give me a 5% for like 13 episodes, then bump it up to 25% and thinking like, oh, well, it's at 25%. Can't you see the improvement? I can see the improvement, but if I got a 5% on a test and then I got a 25% on the next test, that's still 2 Fs. That is 2 Fs. That I can't be all like, oh, most improved student of the year. He bumped up. He actually times 5 his grade. His grade went up like 500%. Like, if you times it by 5, it went up 500%. That's stupid still, dude. Like, I cannot. And then he was telling me what else. He said all the X-Men movies suck. He said this movie. He specifically told me that that he said that X-Men isn't going to do good in the theaters. He said Godzilla will beat X-Men. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. I was all like, there's no way that it's not. I was all like, I made a bet with him and his wife, mostly his wife, that X-Men was going to make over $100 million just this first week. And it made $100 million in U.S. alone.
Yeah.
Oh, worldwide, like $250.
Made more than Amazing Spider-Man and Godzilla.
Put together, I'm pretty sure. Like,
because Spider-Man did, I don't know if it was opening weekend. I think Spider-Man did $91 million. But I know for sure that Godzilla did $93 million.
Yes. And yeah, right now, this week, they're at 110, 111. Mm-hmm. 111 million. I was like, I knew this. And he was like, no, it's just, like, I gotta give him props for staying to his guns, but like, when knowledge is brought to you, and I'm all like, dude, this is gonna be a good movie. And he was like, oh no, it's gonna be continuity errors and all these things because all these other X-Men movies suck. And I don't like this. I was like, okay, first off, I'm agreeing with you that the X-Men movies suck. There was X-Men 3, X-Men Wolverine Origins, those suck. The continuity errors are given, they're taken in there because like, they're like, we know we've messed up with these, so they're reusing Emma Frost and things like that, and they're reusing it, and it's really good. And like, they're bringing back Bryan Singer, which is going to be a really good movie. And I was like, I'm betting everything that this movie is going to be really great. And it was the best superhero movie. Like, one of the best superhero movies.
Yeah, it's in my top 5.
It's in my top 3. Like,
top 3? Okay.
Yeah, so really freaking awesome. And like, this guy was all like, no, it's going to be stupid. This is why this is this. I'm like, Arrow is still a better show than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I was all like, because I was telling him that the ratings of the show keep going down. Like, they keep going down. It's not because... And arrows are going up because I know for a fact that has to be... Like, I will look it up. I'm going to try to find them and show that the ratings go up. Or more people watch it. But look at percentage where people are... If it's going down in ratings, that shows that the show sucks. Oh my gosh. How?
This guy... I don't want to meet this guy ever.
Oh, I'm gonna have you meet him too.
No, that's okay.
I'm gonna have you meet him one day.
So, let's see. Anything else? Like Quicksilver, the action scenes were good.
Yes.
Yeah, they. I like a lot of the nods that they put in the film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, towards like Quicksilver being Magneto's son. Really.
You did metal? My mom knew a guy who could do that. I was all like, ah!
And I read an article that Quicksilver's gonna have a bigger part in Apocalypse.
So he's gonna be in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they might expand on that more.
Okay.
Yeah. It's overall like what it. I just like it, like just overall like what it did for the X-Men like franchise.
Universe.
Like it's just it they it spent like it was basically like a whole movie like retconning all the bullshit that they did in the past movies.
And to tell you the truth, yeah, I was actually watching this one guy who explained it, and he's like legitimately right about this. He's like, there's only 2 X-Men movies that really matter in this universe now. It's X-Men First Class and Days of Future Past. Those are the only 2 movies that really...
Yeah, because like when the movie ends, like I kind of have more questions and answers of what really happened.
Yeah, and like those are the only 2 movies that stand alone now. Like those
Yeah.
are so all the other movies are almost like thrown out the window. And in a sense, like you still need to see all the other ones to still make some sense of what's happening on. So you see the weight of everything, and like that's really cool. But that's really awesome how they did everything. And it's like a fan saying, like they're saying sorry to all their fans about. Wait a minute, Kitty Pryde doesn't always go for Iceman. She's with Colossus, and Rogue is with this person. And what's this all about? And this doesn't make sense. And that doesn't. And they're all like, you know what? Let's say sorry to our friends, and they did it, and they executed it perfectly because they also had the tools to do that. And I give credit to Bryan Singer and Matt Vaughn for like looking at what they have and using it to their benefit and seeing how they can say sorry to their people, to all their fans who really loved it. And I really applaud them for doing that.
Yeah, and it leaves you like more questions about like the future of the X-Men universe because like. Jean Grey shows up at the end, right?
Yes.
She has the red hair. Is she Phoenix?
And that's probably the saddest thing because like the thing I'm thinking about like right now I just thought about like I want both the cast again. Like I want to see what's happening with the future. I want to see what's happening. How Jean Grey is Scott a better leader now? How's that relationship pattern with Rogue and Ice going on? And how is Kitty Pryde and Colossus, how's that relationship going? But I still want to see younger cast. I want to see Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy again.
Yeah.
I want to see Jennifer Lawrence return as Mystique because she nailed it again. Or she nailed it. She brought back that Mystique that was in the first 3 X-Men, how badass she was. And now I'm having like the biggest conflict is like which cast do I want to see? And now I'm thinking like maybe they can have the Apocalypse movie and then like it's gonna be the younger cast, and like they don't technically defeat it. They just put them in a subconscious like sleep state for another 30 years, and then they have to deal with it again another 30 years later. And they have the future cast or the present team, and I would love to see both interact with it and see how that works out because I think it would just be really great, a really great.
Yeah, because both casts are great.
Yeah, or if somehow they could bring them all both together.
Yeah.
Again.
I don't know if they could do anything with time travel again after this.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
And also bringing, like, multiple people forward into the future or multiple people back to the past. That's going to be... it's going to be interesting to see
unless they bring somebody who just makes a time machine. We're like, all right, we're all going to go back there.
Professor X makes a time machine.
No, he doesn't. I think it would probably have to be Forge. You know who Forge is, right?
I heard him. I don't know much about
Forge is, he's like, if he has, like, things... And like he can pretty much make anything that he thinks of. So he could probably make a time machine.
Okay.
So
yeah, just bring that guy in. He can make anything. Make a time machine just for his sake of getting both cast together for some reason.
Oh, just because me. I'll send Bryan Singer another letter, guys.
Yeah. And yeah, that's
I guess
a lot of what we liked about it.
Yeah.
I guess together, like we didn't really go. We kind of just went back and forth with what we liked about it, right?
Yeah. Is there anything you didn't like about it? Besides just minor loopholes of like how did he get his legs back? How did Wolverine get his claws back? Which I'm guessing has to do something with Magneto, which I could get that. There's not too much error in that. Like besides Kitty Pryde having powers that could make her send people's brain back, I forgive that. That's like nothing too big.
They need someone to do it, right?
Yeah, I don't know why it was Kitty Pryde, but she's in there, so...
Yeah,
Ellen Page is a pretty good actress, and she's still pretty cute. I would totally do her, even though she only likes girls.
She looks like 16, bro. That's okay.
It is?
Yeah, it's fine.
You're saying it's okay for you to like 16-year-olds?
Well, she's not a 16-year-old, even though she looks it, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah, she's really pretty, and like, oh... I just love her. She's really awesome.
Yeah. I can't really think of much I really hated about this film. I'm actually just more interested to see where it all goes. From
Yeah,
here.
and then that end with the Four Horsemen and Apocalypse, really cool.
And also the end where Mystique was posing as Stryker. Did they change Wolverine's origins now? Is he?
Yeah.
Is he gonna have like a because if she posed as Stryker and she takes Wolverine, his origin story is gonna be a little bit different. How does that play?
I don't know, but
is he gonna
be pretty cool because that movie it writes over Wolverine Origins because Wolverine Origins he was with Sabretooth, remember?
Yeah, and just with that one scene of her showing up as Stryker, that kind of like throws away anything that was Wolverine Origins.
Yeah.
You know?
And it also throws away everything that was because you don't see his love interest.
Yeah.
You don't see Sabretooth at all in this movie. You don't because it should have been still with Sabretooth if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Something with so it works out really good. So I think this movie does really good, not just because it's not only is it a really great action movie, really great. It's just a great movie in general. Like it's a great movie in general. James McAvoy, I hope he wins or gets nominated for some things in this movie because he did a great job. Michael Fassbender did a great job as well, but I think James McAvoy with those emotional cues and those emotional scenes, he nailed it. He nailed it. He hit it out of the park. He did a really great job. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So, anything else you want to talk about?
I like turtles.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, this is our X-Men Days of Future Past review, and it's a great movie. You want to give a rating?
Best movie I've seen all year. I still say it's better. I say it's better than Captain America, and I love Captain America. So I would say go see this movie now. Like, I was writing a review, I was like, drop your kids off. I don't care. Just you have to see this movie. This movie's really great. Like,
it is.
Oh
yeah,
my
I agree.
gosh.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna give it the same rating basically. Go see it now.
Yeah, like if you had a choice besides paying rent, like if you're gonna be $7 behind on rent, $7.
I would. You know what?
Be $7 behind paying rent and go see this movie.
$7 behind paying. Sure.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah. So that's it.
So yeah, where can they find us at?
You want to know where you can find us at? I'm everywhere.
What about this podcast?
What about this podcast? Okay. Podcast on YouTube, Real Life. You can just search the YouTube channel. Real Life is REEL Life. Same name as the show.
Real
yeah,
Life.
Crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Reality check. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And we're gonna getting us on iTunes right now, and that shouldn't take that long. I have a pretty good idea what I'm gonna do about that.
Okay.
And that's basically it. That's where you can find a show. Jarius, where can they find you personally?
Like
if they personally want to send you stuff.
Well, my address is where Freddie lives, so I'll give you Freddie's address. And I don't like having a middleman, but Freddie does it. So we'll send everything to Freddie. So I'll give you his personal phone number, 623-9-something-something. I don't know your phone number off the top of my head.
Yeah, you don't know my address either.
Yeah.
So
you can find me on Facebook, and I made a Twitter account, so please forgive me, I don't know how to use it, but it's at all caps, Shadow Hero, Shadow_Hero. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So it's Shadow_Hero. And the funny thing about Shadow, there's no W, so it's SHADO_HERO, Hero, on Twitter. So there we go.
Yeah. Just type in Freddie Germany, your Facebook. I'll be like the first person on there because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person with that name.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. So see you guys next time. We'll come up with a subject next week.
Yep.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.